Hi folks, thanks for tuning in for another video. So down here at camp today, I just did a little overnight camp out. So if you haven't watched that video, go check it out. I'll link it up here for you. Quick little overnight video. But I thought I'd talk about a cool little sleeping bag that I've been using for a while now. I got it over the summer and I've used it many times already. And I actually got in a few little cold weather cold weather campouts and testing it out a little in the cold a little bit. So we're going to take a look at the Near Zero sleeping bag. So stay with me. My name is Chris. You watch Skills 5. We'll be right back. All right, so here's the Near Zero NZ1. Now, this is basically a lightweight type sleeping bag, blanket, stuff like that. It is down filled, and this thing is pretty nice little bag. I'll have to put the dimensions of the bag because I don't remember what the dimensions are width-wise and length-wise, and I don't think they're inside of here. Yep, they're actually inside of here. So before we get talking about everything else, here's the specifications. So your dimensions are 75 inches long by 29 inches wide, and that's 190 centimeters by 73 centimeters. 900 fill of duck down, and they state this is at 45-degree bag. It weighs 1 pound, which is very nice. This thing is just crazy lightweight. Since it's down, it's very lightweight. And here's your temperature ratings: 50-degree comfort, 45-degree comfort limit, and 23-degree extreme. So before we get farther, let's talk about these temperature ratings. Now, temperature ratings on sleeping bags, I always say add at least 10 degrees too. Now, I've been down, just the bag alone, I've been at 45 degrees. Now, if you can see on here, 45 degrees is their comfort limit. At 45 degrees, I was getting chilled, fairly, chilled. I say that to say this. I also was not in a base layer, thermals, stuff like that. I just had a pair of pajama pants on, basically, and a lightweight t-shirt. So that being said, if I was in a proper base layer and stuff like that, 45 degrees probably would have been, I probably would have been okay. But I'll just to mention, it's worth mentioning. So at 50 degrees and 55 degrees and up, it's a great bag. Perfect spring, summertime bag, and an early fall bag, especially for down here in the South. Now, what I've done with this here in the wintertime is I actually put it inside of my other sleeping bag, which you can see right here. And that just, boosts the temperature rating of that sleeping bag. Now, that sleeping bag is a 20-degree bag, and I put this in there, and I just used this as like a quilt. So I zipped it up halfway, put my feet in it, and just covered up with it, and then got into the sleeping bag, the other sleeping bag. And that's the same as I've done. I used this with the military sleep system, the green bag. And I think the green bag and this, I think you're pretty good to maybe 20 degrees, give or take. You might get a little cool depending on, who you are and how you sleep and stuff like that. But I think, me personally, I haven't got down to 20 degrees yet with those two bags, but I think it's definitely doable, and it's a lighter weight package and stuff like that. So the zippers on here. Let me put my foot up here. Let me go back to my, let me get this thing situated and I'll be right back. All right, so you do have a full length zipper, and I like this zipper pull. It's easy to see, it's big, and it's easy to pull. So full length zipper pull, and at the top you have a nice little Velcro keeper here to kind of cover that zipper up. So that's nice as well. This thing will unzip all the way, so you can unzip this all the way and open this completely up like a quilt, which is very nice as well. You do have a zipper on the bottom here, so if you want to just vent your feet, something like that, you can do that as well. So another nice feature there. So if you want to open it up and use it as a blanket or a quilt, which, like I said, I've done that several times already. It's a nice little added feature. The you have two little loops on the bottom of the bag, that you could, that I use it to hang it up back with. I don't leave it stuffed in the stuff sack. I hang it up, especially since it's down. I leave it hanging up. But you can actually rig this thing up to be an underquilt under your sleep or under your hammock if you're a hammock camper. Me, I've said before, I'm not a hammock camper. This is perfect top quilt. You could rig it into an underquilt, but you know, I'm not a hammock camper, so haven't really tried that out. There is a nice little drawstring up here, so if you have this zipped up, you can just cinch it up, and it just cinches up really nice around your head and neck. So if you're in it as a sleeping bag. Now, I'll mention this thing is 29 inches wide when it's zipped up. So 29 inches wide. And for me, I'm a bigger person, obviously. I mean, you guys have seen me before. So I'm a bigger person. So at 29 inches, I can get in here and zip it up. I don't have any, I mean, my shoulders are so broad and so wide. I don't have very much room at all if I do that. That's why mainly I use it as a quilt. So, you know, that being said, you know, if you're a bigger person, you can get in here, but you're going to have some issues rolling over, and it's not going to be very comfortable. It's going to be kind of tight. So, but again, for 1 pound, and this thing compacts down the stuff sack, and I don't have the stuff sack in here with me. I'll have to put a picture up for you. But the stuff sack is very nice. It compresses it down basically to the size of just a hair bigger, a little bit bigger than an Nalgene, probably like a Nalgene bottle and a half. So that's basically how it compresses down when it's fully compressed. And then when it's, you know, fully fluffed up, I mean, this thing fluffs up very nicely. And the baffle system in here, goes lengthways. So your down is lengthways. But I mean, again, this is obviously the camo version, and they have another color as well. I'm not quite sure the other color. I think it's maybe a gray or something like that, or blue. I'm not sure, but I like the camo version. So, but yeah, I have used this thing a lot so far since I've had it, and I don't have any complaints with it, other than I think it should be wider. It's long enough for me, but I think it should be wider. Now, I recently reviewed another bag, or not really a bag, another down blanket from Bug Out Gear. You know, it's a down blanket, down puffy blanket, they call it. And compared to this, I think this is better because this is more versatile, just because it has the zipper, and you can actually make this into a sleeping bag and stuff like that, and it's not a blanket. Even though you can use that blanket as a quilt and stuff like that, this you can use as an actual sleeping bag, what it's designed for. So I think this is a little bit more versatile, and for the money, I think I would, you know, they're comparable in price, and I think I would go with the Near Zero, you know, just my opinion. You know, I do like the Bug Out Gear bag a lot, or blanket a lot, and it comes in handy for a lot of different things. But I think mainly for what I'm going to use it for, and what I have been using it for, this one works out a little bit better for me. So, but that being said, I mean, it's down, so obviously you have to you know, be careful with it. So that's another reason why I, you know, put it in, you know, my sleeping bag. Now, I have not did like a minimal overnight or anything with this, where it's just this out in the woods. Now, I've used just this inside of a tent and inside of my you know, my teepee style tent, stuff like that. But I have not, you know, just laid this on the ground, and I probably will never do that. I always lay a mattress or air pad or a mat or something down on the ground anyway, just to protect my stuff and to give you some, you know, insulation from the ground. So anyway, I think I've rambled on enough. Near Zero is what it's called, company. They're a fairly new company, Near Zero. They have some other sleeping bags, higher rated sleeping bags. I have a couple of tents and stuff out. So anyway, I check them out, you know, just give them a look. You know, again, I get nothing from this. They did send me this, and I do thank them for sending me this out to check out. And but yeah, I've liked it so far. So anyway, thanks again for watching, folks. Get outside, get outdoors. Always remember your PPE, plan, prepare, and exercise. And always make sure you have the necessary skills to survive. And I'll see you in another video really soon. Thanks again for watching. Hey folks, don't run away just yet. I got some news for you here. So I spoke with Scott, the owner of Near Zero, and telling him I was having the review coming up soon. But so anyway, they have an upgraded version of this that just came out. And some of the upgraded features I think you're going to like a lot. He did a video for me and showed me the upgraded features on the new bag versus this bag, and it's great. First feature being the zipper. He had some issues with the zipper, and I've had a few issues with this too. As you can tell, you just pull it and it just undoes very easily. That's good and bad. It's bad when you're in there zipped up and it just comes undone. So they upgraded their zipper and they made it a bigger zipper, which doesn't come undone, which is nice. They also put in a draft tube around the zipper, going down the zipper. So you do have a draft tube in there and a draft collar, which keeps that wind out. So that's nice. Another feature that I said that, that I wish they would improve on was the width. I wish it would be a little bit wider. Well, he told me they did add 2 inches to the width of the new bag. However, they're still advertising it as 29 inches, but they did add 2 inches. And they did that because they reduced the down fill a little bit. They went from a 900 down to an 850 down fill. So they were able to increase the width a little bit as well. And I didn't believe it at first, but until he actually showed me, there is actually 2 more inches on the newer version, the upgraded version, width-wise. So you do get about 2 inches in width as well. I already talked about they went down from a 900 fill power to 850, which gave them more loft. They were actually able to add 10% more loft, and the newer one is actually much loftier. You can definitely tell the difference. They also added 6 little tabs, or 6 additional tabs. You know, I said before that they were doing, there were people like, or you could do it as a, or use this as a hammock quilt or something like that, an under quilt. So he did add 6 tabs along the bag to where you could attach this as an under quilt if you wanted to do that as well. So that's basically kind of the main features in a nutshell. So the newer version, this version will be discontinued once it's sold out. So if you want this version, I'd go get it now. It is a little cheaper than the newer version. I will tell you the new upgraded version is a little bit more expensive just because they actually, increased the downfill and made the other changes. They actually went to a 10D 470 taffeta material as well. So a different material, but it still gives you that kind of slicky type material. So definitely I'd like to check out the new version and compare them for myself because the new version looks really nice. So thought I'd add that in there. So again, thanks again for watching, folks. Get outside, get outdoors, and always make sure you have necessary skills to survive. And I will see you again on another video really soon. Thanks again for watching, folks.